This 1950s school dance captures a vibrant slice of post-war American youth culture. Teenagers gathered to socialize, dance, and enjoy music, reflecting the era's fashion, social norms, and the growing influence of rock and roll on adolescent life. 1955, Sally Baisley test drove a BMW E-Setter, a compact microcar that became iconic for its unusual design and efficiency. The E-Setter represented post-war innovation in European automotive engineering and captured the imagination of drivers seeking practicality and style. This 1956 photograph shows a waitress at a diner, representing the bustling mid-20th century American dining culture. Diners offered quick meals, friendly service, and social hubs for communities, while waitresses played a vital role in shaping the era's everyday experience. This 1877 photograph of London captures a city in the late Victorian era, marked by rapid industrial growth, expanding railways, and bustling streets. The image reflects the architecture, urban life, and social dynamics of one of the world's most influential cities at the time. This 1899 photograph depicts a chief of the Oglala Lakota, capturing a leader of one of the prominent Lakota Sioux bands. The image reflects the culture, dignity, and leadership of Native American communities at the close of the 19th century. This 1920s photograph shows Gay riding in a three-wheeler in Tokyo. The image captures a unique moment of urban life, blending traditional Japanese culture with early modern transportation, illustrating how geishas navigated the changing social and technological landscape of the era. This 1939 photograph captures people hanging out on a storefront in Culp, Illinois. The image reflects small-town life on the eve of World War II, showing community, leisure, and social interaction in an era shaped by the Great Depression and everyday resilience. This 1927 photograph shows motorcycle officers in Los Angeles, USA. The image captures early 20th century law enforcement on two wheels, highlighting the growing use of motorcycles for traffic patrols, rapid response, and policing in a city experiencing rapid urban growth and modernization. This 1918 photograph shows an open-air school in the freezing cold in the Netherlands. The image reflects early 20th century educational experiments emphasizing fresh air and health, illustrating how schools adapted teaching practices to promote student well-being amid harsh winter conditions. This 1933 photograph shows a Hooverville in Central Park, New York City, reflecting the widespread homelessness of the Great Depression. Makeshift shacks and tents housed those affected by economic collapse, illustrating the human toll of the era and the resilience of those enduring hardship. This photograph captures teen fashion in the 1950s, showcasing the era's youthful style and cultural identity. From poodle skirts and saddle shoes to leather jackets and rolled-up jeans, teenagers expressed individuality and embraced the post-war optimism that defined mid-20th century American youth. This 1935 photograph shows Queen Elizabeth, the future Queen Mother, capturing her early role in the British monarchy. The image reflects her elegance, poise, and emerging public presence during a period of significant social and political change in interwar Britain. Arriving in Nebraska from Belgium in spring 1883, Isidore Haumond posed with his family in 1886 before their two-story sod house on French Table, north of Broken Bow. The photograph documents immigrant life and settlement on the American frontier. This 1886 photograph shows children in a schoolroom on New York's Lower East Side. The image reflects the crowded classrooms and diverse immigrant population of the era, highlighting early efforts to provide education amid the challenges of urban life in late 19th century America. This 1919 photograph shows a food truck, an early example of mobile food service in post-World War I America. The image reflects changing urban lifestyles, convenience culture, and the innovative ways vendors brought meals directly to city streets and workers. This 1930 photograph shows a cameraman filming over Baker Street in London. The image captures early 20th century filmmaking and urban life, highlighting both the technological innovation of cinema and the bustling architecture and streetscape of interwar London. Leola King, photographed in 1918, became America's first female traffic cop. Her pioneering role in law enforcement challenged gender norms of the era, highlighting the growing presence of women in public service during a time of social change and expanding opportunities. This 1924 photograph offers a rare view inside the original Harley-Davidson motorcycle factory. The image captures early industrial motorcycle production, showcasing workers, machinery, and assembly processes that helped establish Harley-Davidson as an iconic American brand in the growing motorcycling industry. In 1942, Anne Frank is photographed peeking from her family's flat in Amsterdam. The image captures a fleeting moment in the life of a young Jewish girl who would later document her experiences in hiding, leaving an enduring testament to the Holocaust. This 1887 photograph shows the Eiffel Tower under construction in Paris. The image captures the ambitious engineering project that would become a global icon, highlighting the innovative design, industrial skill, and scale of one of the most famous structures in the world. This early 1900s photograph shows a woman speaking on a hand-crank oak telephone. The image captures the era's emerging communication technology, illustrating how households adapted to the convenience of telephones, while reflecting social norms and daily life at the turn of the century. This 1912 photograph shows firefighters battling a blaze at Manhattan's Equitable Life building during a snowstorm. The image captures the extreme challenges of early 20th century firefighting, highlighting both the bravery of the firefighters and the harsh conditions they faced in urban emergencies. This 1920s photograph shows protesters marching in Chicago during Prohibition. The image reflects public dissent over the nationwide alcohol ban, highlighting the social tensions, political activism, and cultural conflicts that marked the era as Americans debated morality, law enforcement, and personal freedoms. This 1977 photograph captures one of the last images of Charlie Chaplin, the legendary actor, filmmaker, and comedian. Known for iconic characters like the Tramp, Chaplin's work shaped cinema history, leaving a lasting legacy in both film and popular culture. This 1978 photograph shows Bob Marley playing soccer, capturing a lighter, playful side of the reggae icon. Beyond his music, Marley enjoyed the sport as a pastime, reflecting his Jamaican roots and the joy, community, and energy that characterized his life. Farah Bulsara, born on the island of Zut, is pictured with his nanny in 1947. He would later become Freddie Mercury, the iconic lead singer of Queen, whose extraordinary talent and charisma would leave an indelible mark on music history. John F. Kennedy and Jacqueline Bouvier are pictured on their wedding day in 1953. The photograph captures the beginning of their life together, a union that would soon place them at the center of American politics and global attention. This 1860s photograph shows a miners' boarding house in Palmetto, California. The image reflects the living conditions of Gold Rush era workers, highlighting communal life, basic accommodations, and the social and economic realities faced by miners during one of California's most transformative periods. This 1922 photograph shows a traffic officer operating a mechanical traffic signal in Philadelphia. The image captures early efforts to manage growing automobile traffic, illustrating both the technological innovations and the human oversight required to maintain safety on busy city streets. This photograph shows American women welders during World War II. As men went to fight overseas, women entered industrial roles, contributing to wartime production. Their labor challenged traditional gender roles and highlighted the essential impact of women on the home front. This 1890s photograph shows London during the late Victorian era, a city experiencing rapid industrialization and urban growth. The image reflects bustling streets, historic architecture, and the social dynamics of a metropolis at the height of Britain's global influence. This 1910 photograph shows workers taking a noon break at a St. Louis glass factory. The image reflects early 20th century industrial labor, showcasing the daily routines, working conditions, and communal moments that punctuated the demanding life of factory employees. This 1961 photograph shows a salesman having his motorized roller skates refueled in Connecticut. The image captures a quirky moment of mid-20th century innovation and mobility, highlighting the era's fascination with novel personal transportation and experimental gadgets. This 1920s photograph shows a family standing in the doorway of their home. The image captures domestic life in the early 20th century, reflecting family structures, household architecture, and the social values and daily routines of the era. This 1939 photograph shows a former TIFF miner, now blind, with his son in Washington County, Missouri. The image reflects the physical toll of mining work, the intergenerational impact on families, and the human cost of early industrial labor in rural America. This 1935 photograph shows the post office in Neathers, Virginia. The image reflects the role of small-town post offices as vital hubs for communication, community connection, and daily life during the Great Depression, providing essential services to rural Americans. This 1925 photograph shows an officer halting traffic to allow a cat carrying a kitten to cross the street. The image captures a humorous, humane moment, highlighting both early traffic management and the unexpected interactions of city life. There's a historical discrepancy. Here Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in 1865, so he could not have been photographed in 1881. Could you clarify if you meant a different image, perhaps of a statue, portrait, or historical commemoration? This 1941 photograph shows an iceman in New York City, capturing a profession essential before widespread home refrigeration. The image reflects urban life, daily labor, and the physical demands of delivering ice to households and businesses during the mid-20th century. This 1935 photograph shows New York City during the midst of the Great Depression. The image captures bustling streets, urban life, and the resilience of its residents, reflecting the social, economic, and cultural dynamics of one of America's largest cities. This 1850 photograph shows a young girl examining a city shop's window display of fresh vegetables. The image reflects urban life in mid-19th century America, highlighting everyday commerce, dietary habits, and the curiosity and routines of children during that era. This 1930 photograph shows a policeman judging an ankle competition in Hounslow, London. The image captures a quirky moment of local entertainment, reflecting community events, social gatherings, and the light-hearted public activities that offered diversion and camaraderie in interwar England. This photograph shows a couple from the 1850s. The image reflects the fashion, posture, and social conventions of the era, offering a glimpse into personal relationships, domestic life, and the cultural values of couples in Victorian society. This 1994 photograph shows workers reinstalling the clock at the information booth in New York's Grand Central Terminal. The image captures a moment of maintenance in an iconic transportation hub, highlighting both the station's architectural grandeur and the precision required for its operation. This 1917 Macad photograph shows Daredevil Jamie Reynolds capturing a performer known for thrilling stunts during the early 20th century. The image reflects the era's fascination with risk, spectacle, and entertainment, highlighting the courage and showmanship required for such daring feats. In 1896, Henry Ford is photographed driving his first automobile. The image captures a pivotal moment in automotive history, illustrating Ford's early experimentation with motor vehicles and foreshadowing his future impact on transportation, mass production, and the American industrial landscape. This 1900 photograph shows the Sherwood logging camp, capturing life in the early American timber industry. The image reflects the hard labor, communal living, and rugged conditions faced by loggers at the turn of the century, highlighting the human effort behind industrial progress. This 1940s photograph shows a Texaco station that also served as a general store and post office. The image reflects the multifunctional role of rural businesses, providing fuel, goods, and communication services while acting as a community hub during mid-America. This 1931 photograph shows us touching the tip of the Chrysler Building during the construction of the Empire State Building. The image captures the daring nature of early skyscraper construction and the skill, courage, and scale of New York's industrial workforce. This 1890 photograph shows a mother and her son in Ireland. The image reflects family life in late 19th century rural Ireland, capturing the bonds attire and daily existence shaped by social, cultural, and economic conditions of the period. This 1938 photograph shows women boxing on a rooftop, capturing a rare glimpse of female athleticism before widespread acceptance in sports. The image reflects both the daring spirit of the participants and shifting social attitudes toward women's physical culture in the 1930s. This 1901 photograph shows Washington, D.C., at the turn of the 20th century. The image captures the city's government buildings, streets, and urban activity, reflecting the political, social, and architectural landscape of the U.S. Capitol during the early progressive era. This 1919 photograph shows spectators wearing the latest fashion at the Longchamp races in Paris, France. The image captures post-World War I elegance, highlighting how horse racing served as both a sporting event and a social stage for Parisian style and sophistication. In 1960, singer Johnny Hallyday is photographed admiring a Bizzarini 5300 GT in Paris. The image captures the intersection of celebrity culture and automotive design, highlighting Halliday's rising fame and the era's fascination with luxury sports cars and style. This 1899 photograph shows an old-time cabin reflecting rural life at the turn of the 20th century. The image captures the simplicity of frontier architecture, the use of local materials, and the daily realities of families living in remote, self-sufficient settings. This February 1910 photograph shows newsies and other child laborers gathered outside a newspaper office. The image reflects the widespread employment of children in early 20th century urban America, highlighting the economic necessity, harsh conditions, and social realities of youthful workers at the time. This photograph shows the first-class gymnasium aboard the Titanic, highlighting the luxury and modern amenities offered to wealthy passengers. The image reflects early 20th century leisure culture at sea, illustrating how transatlantic travel combined comfort, fitness, and opulence before the ship's tragic voyage. This 1860 photograph shows Kiowa couple, Lone Wolf and Etla. The image captures the attire, demeanor, and cultural identity of Native Americans in the mid-19th century, offering a rare glimpse into the personal lives and heritage of the Kiowa people during this period. This 1909 photograph shows two women training at a boxing school in Berlin, Germany. The image captures early female participation in combat sports, reflecting social shifts, the pursuit of physical fitness, and the challenging of traditional gender roles in early 20th century Europe. This 1962 photograph shows a man losing his umbrella on a windy, snowy day. The image captures a fleeting, humorous moment, reflecting the challenges of urban life, harsh winter weather, and the everyday unpredictability faced by city dwellers in mid-20th century America. This 1941 photograph shows Albert Einstein playing his beloved violin. The image captures the physicist's personal passion for music, revealing a human and artistic side to the man known for groundbreaking scientific achievements, blending intellect, creativity, and leisure in one intimate moment. This 1890 photograph shows a young woman in a skirt working out with boxing gloves and a punching bag. The image captures early female engagement in physical fitness, challenging gender norms and reflecting a growing interest in women's health and athleticism. This 1910 photograph shows British tourists posing in front of the Great Sphinx in Egypt. The image reflects early 20th century travel and tourism, highlighting the fascination with ancient monuments and the growing accessibility of international travel for Western visitors. This 1918 photograph shows a family auto-camping in Oregon. The image captures early recreational automobile travel, reflecting the growing popularity of road trips, the embrace of outdoor leisure, and the ways families explored nature and mobility in early 20th century America. This 1912 photograph shows Niagara Falls, capturing the iconic natural wonder during the early 20th century. The image reflects both the majesty of the falls and their role as a popular destination for tourists, photographers, and observers of nature's power and beauty. This 1930 photograph shows British tattoo artist George Burchett, known as the King of Tattooists. The image captures a pioneering figure in body art, highlighting his influence on tattoo culture, artistry, and the growing acceptance of tattoos in early 20th century society. This 1935 photograph shows a soba noodles deliveryman in Tokyo. The image captures daily urban life, illustrating traditional food culture, the role of local commerce, and the dedication of workers who brought meals directly to homes and businesses in pre-war Japan. This 1942 photograph shows a Saturday afternoon in Florence, Alabama. The image captures everyday life in a small American city during World War II, reflecting community routines, local culture, and the social atmosphere of the American South in the early 1940s. This 1940 photograph shows a family of cherry pickers at work. The image captures agricultural labor during the early 20th century, highlighting the reliance on family labor, seasonal work, and the demands and rhythms of rural life in America. This photograph shows an Old West saloon filled with a tough-looking clientele. The image captures the social atmosphere of frontier towns, reflecting leisure, camaraderie, and the rugged character of patrons who frequented these establishments during the expansion of the American West.